Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Welcome to tonight's live stream. The draw is about 10-15 minutes away for the semi-final, and it's all a bit mental tonight after Man City have been knocked out from Southampton. Let me put the old specs on and read what you just saying in the chat. Like I say, the draw is going to be live in about 10 minutes or so. Buzzing for it. Who will Newcastle get? Well, it won't be Manchester City. It won't be who everyone feared. Now, all the talk last night after Newcastle went through is, can we avoid Man City? Anyone but Man City. As long as we don't get Man City in the semis, then we're going to get to a final. We will get to Wembley. Well, Man City aren't getting to Wembley this year. They're not even getting the semi-finals this year. Knocked out by Southampton. Unbelievable stuff that Man City are out. Now, I've just tuned into I've seen the highlights, I've seen bits of it, didn't watch the game live, watched the last 10 minutes. Couldn't believe it. Did I hear right that Man City didn't have a single shot on target? Not even one shot on target. What on earth is all that about? What has been happening there? Let me know in the chat if you've watched the game live, what it was like. Let me sort all this out as well. Bosh, there we're gone. So, it's mental tonight. Absolutely mental that Man City are out. So, we've got left Man United, who beat Charlton last night 3-0. Tonight, in the other game, more drama. Nottingham Forest beat Wolverhampton Wanderers on penalties. It was 1-1. And then Forest went through. Just double check what the score was on penalties. It's not actually telling me there, just says the through on pen. So it was 1-1 on the night. Henderson looks to be the hero again. He's good on penalties, him, isn't he? So I tell you what, Newcastle United, for a chance here to get to Wembley, I'm not asked. Obviously, you think now avoid Man United. But us against Man United, I'd fancy it. Look, we've beat them already this season. Obviously, Ten Hag's getting a bit better now. So he's settling in. Rashford's on fire. They're going to make a couple of signings. But, I mean, we're not going to get Man City because we can't. They're out of there. So, I mean, you look at that. That's the thing about the cups. You think avoid Man City, get these, get them. But Southampton, after that tonight, you wouldn't want to face them. But I would. Let's be real. I would make that long journey back to Southampton for that second leg of the semi-final because, they're bottom of the league. They've got relegation to comprehend, but so have Nottingham Forest. So Forest or Southampton would be perfect, but Man United, don't fear them. Not fearing Man United, not fearing Eric Ten Hag's Man United. I'm not. No, I'd fancy us. I'd honestly fancy us now. The only thing was Man City, because you look at how good Man City's squad is, but I don't care now. I know Man United, like I said, are picking up form. Obviously, at Old Trafford, they're always going to turn up in a sense, but and they've got that experience. Well, they haven't for a while. I think. Well, they won the Carabao Cup in 2017, I believe, Man United. So, they do have that experience. They've got big players in there like Casemiro, who's won, the biggest prizes of all. So, but now I'm not even bothered. We've avoided Man City. We've avoided arguably the best team, one of the best teams in Europe, obviously. There's their strength and depth. I mean, what happened at night? Haaland obviously didn't start, but they just looked so poor. If you look at the stats from that game, and if we hear and right that they didn't have a single shot on target, Man City didn't have one shot on target. How mental is that? So, Southampton had 4 shots on target, scored a great goal, Gineppo, who got man of the match. Man City, 72% possession. 72% possession. Didn't matter in the end. Goals win games. Possession doesn't. Well, it doesn't help you don't have a shot on target as well, by the way. It doesn't. That doesn't bode very well for you. I'm just catching up on my phone here as well with what else has been going on tonight. But I tell you what, absolutely unbelievable this. Unbelievable that Man City have been knocked out by Southampton. It shows you just never know. The FA Cup's the old tagline of the magic of the cup and stuff, but the Carabao Cup has shown that it's got it tonight as well. Charlton were in the quarters last night. Southampton have knocked out Man City tonight, who obviously won it 4 years in a row until last year. They won it 4 years in a row until last year. And yeah, unbelievable scenes. I'm just going to put it on our Instagram story now on the Magpie channel that we are live and ready to find out who Newcastle getting their first semi-final for 18 years. Since 2005, since we were in a semi-final, man, that's mental. It's long overdue, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I can't wait to find out who we get. Can't wait to find out who we've got. And like I say, if you're going to ask us, maybe I'd lean towards the Southampton. Obviously, I was living down there last year, did a Masters down there, got some good friends down there, so I'd love to get back down there, have a crap with them, watch the game, even though it is a nightmare to get there. Always a nightmare to get there. With the trains and everything, it takes about 5 and a bit hours on the train. It's a 6-7 hour drive. It's an absolute nightmare. So there is that to take into account. Never done Nottingham Forest. Never had the chance since they've always been in the lower league. So I've never had the chance to do Forest. I'll have a bit of Forest. Semi-final draw live on the old Instagramsies now. Whack that on. Lovely stuff. Let's see what you are saying in the chat. I want to know who you want. Josh wants Forest. Forest will be good, like, since it is closer. Pretty equal teams, aren't they, really? I mean, you look at the way they are in the league. Bring on any of them. I prefer Notts Forest because if Southampton play the way they did tonight against, I could see us meeting them in the final. That's true. Imagine that. That would have been one of the most unlikely finals ever. If you're talking about Southampton versus Newcastle in a 2023 Carabao Cup final. The odds on that, I wouldn't want to know because I'd be gutted that I didn't put it on because that would be mental, the odds on a Southampton-Newcastle final. And obviously, it's a big possibility now. Just interviewing James Ward-Prowse, who's obviously been linked with Newcastle in the past. What else are you saying? Savage, give us Man U, then a nice easy final. I like it. I mean, to put Man U out in the semis, go to Old Trafford, fill up that away end and more, would be unbelievable scenes, like, wouldn't it? And we could do it. I would absolutely fancy us against Man United. Like I said, we drew with them earlier in the season, didn't we? 0-0 or 1-1 at their place. We've still got them a play here at St. James's this season. So Nathan Jones, Southampton's manager, took a little leaf out Eddie Housebrook, did he? Played with the old pressing, played with the intensity. I'd take United for a semi, then walk the final. I mean, one way you're looking at that is that it would ease up the fear of a final, wouldn't it? In terms of if you're going to Wembley on a final and you're playing Man United, but if you go to a final at Wembley and you're playing at Southampton or Nottingham Forest, you'd fancy your chances a lot more, wouldn't you? But I mean, anything can happen on the day in a final. Anything can happen at all. Southampton, they're on course to do a bloody Wigan here, aren't they? Win a cup and get relegated in the same year. They are on course to do that because they are bottom of the league, but they are in a semi-final. Lovely stuff. Let's see what we're saying. Newcastle to win the cup 100%. I'll tell you what, after City going out tonight, we must be very close favourites with Manchester United. I would assume they're still edging it. We're a better team than United. Biggest upset this year, in my opinion. Evening, Dave. I can't wait for this. Like, whoever it is, that semi-final, we're like, I am there. I am absolutely there, whether it's Nottingham or Manchester or Southampton. I have got to be there. And then Wembley is a different story. The scenes that will be taking place in the capital, if Newcastle get there, black and white, Geordies swarming over London, will be mental. And I can't wait for it. Written in the stars for us, reckons Piaci. Don't fear Man U at all. Joe opens right up. Take Man U in the semis. Southampton with a better team. It certainly looks that way, mate. Aye? Since Man City didn't have a shot on target. Mental. I wonder if the boys are watching it tonight. I wonder if any of the players are together at one of the houses or something. They should be. Well, that should be the content we need, actually, Newcastle United. You know what I mean? We should be watching this, whether they've got together at the training ground, they're watching it. Probably not. Stay at that training ground. They don't want to go back there. They don't want to be there for training. They mean in the afternoon. But they should be going around someone's house. I mean, Tyndall should be having the boys around the night. Bit of carvery, few beers. Watch the... I mean, not a few beers. Got a game on Sunday. Fuck it. Few beers. Little couple. 2 beers. You know what I mean? Watch the draw live. The whole team should be there watching the draw live, celebrating, getting to this point, and then seeing who we get. Just that one, James. It's 4-3 on penalties for Forest. Oh, well, Pulvers is saying 6-5. Jono 4-3. Yeah. Henderson the hero, though. And he'll be looking for a point to prove if it's Forest versus Man United, won't he? He hasn't been shy of slating Manchester United in the press since he's moved to Nottingham Forest. This is it. This is it, Jade. Well said. Away draw first. All day long. Go away from home. Keep it tight. Bring back the second leg at St James's Park. Have the atmosphere bouncing like it was last night. And that crowd. That game was won before kick-off last night. Like that game, the scarves, the atmosphere. Leicester shit themselves, and everyone else will shit themselves as well. Like you come to a St James's Park like that, it was like Arsenal. It was like Arsenal at the end of last season on that Monday night. You just knew Arsenal are gunning for top 4. We're safe, but that game was in the bag. We were always winning that game, always. As soon as you see the atmosphere, the things it does to the players, man, the things it does to the opposition, the mindset, the mentality of the players, the groups, the fear was in Leicester last night. They didn't want to know. They didn't want to know. I mean, obviously, it helps that our players we outperformed Leicester as well. I know Joe Linton chasing things down in the 88th minute. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they're just showing Dan Binn's knee slide again, which they can show all night long, to be honest. I won't get bored of it. But next up, so in about 5 minutes' time max, there will be the final 4. The final countdown. Fantastic 4. The semi-finals are underway. The semi-finals are underway. I can't believe Southampton. I still can't get over that night. I've seen a couple of things on the fan cam comments as well last night. If you haven't watched the fan cams last night, check them out. Some class scenes. All the he's from Blythe, Chancellor Lott getting rattled out. People saying like, oh, well, I was asking everyone, who would you want to avoid? Is it Man City? Obviously, would you want to? We didn't give Southampton hope, did we? Nobody did. I mean, a lot of Southampton fans didn't give Southampton hope because they didn't even sell out tonight at St Mary's. So there was a lot of Southampton fans that didn't give Southampton hope. So why was I going to give them hope? I don't think nobody did. I don't even know what the odds were. That's one of the biggest. That's a bigger upset in Sheffield Wednesday beating Newcastle. That, do you know what I mean? And they're 2 divisions apart. So that is huge. And I never ever gave Southampton a chance tonight, but unreal. Can't get over it. But yeah, away draw first, and then a return home leg would be ideal to get over the line. Keep it tight away from home. So if you do get Old Trafford, keep it tight. Even if you lose 1-0 away from home, doesn't matter. Come to St James's Park, beat them 2-0, beat them 3-1, something like that. It wouldn't matter that much. Big up 10J item there for becoming a new member. Appreciate that, mate. See him on DR all the time as well. He's saying, I really thought Man City go through easily. Absolutely, mate. Everybody thought. I mean, look at Southampton. I think they've got the one of the leakiest defences in the Premier League. The bottom of the Premier League. City are second in the Premier League. I mean, never, ever seen that coming. Even when it was 2-0. It was 2-0 after, 28 minutes? You thought, City will bring off Holland. He'll score two goals in 2 minutes himself. Even with 6 minutes of stoppage time to go, I still thought this could easily go to pens. It's Man City that can score in a blink of an eye. But for whatever reason, I think Man City have shot themselves in the foot tonight and just thought, we'll turn up, job will be done. And it wasn't. It was not done. Let's see what else he's saying. Cheers, Mark. You not about that. Other people saying they're making it should be more Danny Boy game, if you ask me. Should be way more. Obviously, lost the first channel. Nearly 10,000 subscribers. Started the new one, but it should be way more. So if you haven't subscribed already, 1,000 people watching this live right now. Over 1,000 people tuned in live. Press that subscribe button, please. Hit that little subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a penny. Hit the like button. Thumbs up now while you're here. Thank you very much. Was loving this last night. I've had it in my head all day now. I've had it in my head all day. Can't stop saying it. Yeah. If you're going to sort me out with a holiday to Australia, mate, yeah. We're just a couple of minutes away now. That's actually a really good question that I don't know the answer to, Brian. What's the crack with the away goals in the semi? Let's have a Google of that. And I'll let everyone else know because I don't actually know. Away goals rule. Carabao Cup. If anyone else can beat me to it, fastest finger finished. Who wants to be a millionaire? Although there's no millionaire prize up for grabs, yeah? There's absolutely fuck all up for grabs. Away goals rule Carabao Cup. No. Away goals do not count as a tiebreak on the League Cup semi-finals according to the tournament rules. That means if the aggregate scoreline is level at the end of regulation of the second leg, regulation, sounding real American, there is no away goals tiebreaker that's applied. So away goals don't count in the semis. Away goals do not count. Just had a message there off Keith Downey. He was saying, gonna be United, innit? So Keith thinks it's gonna be Man United. It's bound to be in it. I mean, let's be honest, it's bound to be Man United. But I'm gonna stick my neck out the line and say it's gonna be Southampton. I'm gonna go Southampton. But I'm honestly not at loss now. Now that it's not Man City, it totally takes the edge off for me. It really takes the edge off that it's not Man City anymore. Because that was the one I really fear. Yes, obviously Manchester United coming into form. Ten Hag's finding a bit of a style of play there. You know, Rashford's doing well. They're going to strengthen in January. You'd expect one or two to come through the door. But I mean, these ties are in 2 weeks' time. What is it? 2 weeks? Not next week, but the week after the first leg, and then the week after that, the second leg. So this is wrapped up by February. So nobody might have made a signing by then. But obviously, you fear Man United more than Southampton or Forest. But at the same time, you know, just read some of these comments. There's a lot of shite in there. Man United fans in there. How can you claim you've been a better team than United? You Newcastle fans are getting a bit gassed. Remember your place. PK is getting rattled. Man United fans are rattled. They can't handle Eddie's smoke. They don't want to see what Eddie's cooking. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to know about Eddie's smoke and Eddie's mags. They can't handle it. Don't want to know. Would rather play away first as well, says Jamie. But did I? Fantastic day out. They've got a new manager now, though. And they're obviously turning up a bit more on the cup. Just watching the highlights from the Forest game here as well. Forest took the lead 1-0. Scrappy one. Just poked home there. And then Wolves equalised. That was a better goal. Well-worked goal. Raul Jimenez. Good to see Raul Jimenez back on the goal scoring sheet. And then Dean Henderson, the penalty hero for Forest. So Forest, how unlikely are these semi-finalists, by the way, in this Carabao Cup? Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Newcastle, and Manchester United. Mad. Loads of comments I'm trying to get through now, but the draw is about to be made, people. The draw is about to be made. We've got Jungle Jill. Jungle Jill's in the building. She's getting the draw numbers out with Nedum and Nua, I think that is. So let's see who it's going to be. Going to get it ready for you. Getting nervous now, actually. Said I wasn't going to get nervous because it wasn't Man City that I'm not as fussed anymore, but I'm still nervous. So let's see who the first team out the hat is from Jill. You're joking. Why is Sky crashed then? You couldn't rate it, people. You couldn't rate it. Southampton v Newcastle has just popped up. I missed the draw live. It must have been behind, but it's just popped up. But it is Southampton away. Get in. That's fucking perfect, to be fair. That was such an anticlimax. The Sky here running on the Wi-Fi was obviously behind. And then, for fuck's sake, it was obviously behind and it crashed as the balls were coming out. And then I changed the channel down one. And then it came out and it showed us Southampton v Newcastle. And then let's double check what the away teams are for the other draw. I want to get it right for you when I get it on screen to see who's away first. It is Nottingham Forest. So it's Forest v Man United. So I'm putting it in order. So these are the way the legs will be. So Newcastle will be away to Southampton. St. Mary's is lined up for Newcastle in the first leg. That is fucking perfect, man. Get in! Yes! We've avoided Man United, even though I said I would take them. I mean, we're celebrating Southampton. Southampton just knocked out Man City tonight, remember? So let's not get too carried away. Southampton have just knocked out Man City, so they have got it in them. So, we can't discredit them. But if he offered me Southampton or Manchester United, obviously I'm taking Southampton. Same with Forest. It was anyone but Man United. I'd still fancy us to beat Man United, but if you can avoid Man United, then you choose to avoid Man United. Do you know what I mean? You'd rather you play the Southampton or a Forest. So that is unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff for Newcastle. St. Mary's awaits. Now let's just get the official date up for you as well. of when this is, if they've announced that. Well, they wouldn't have announced it because they've got to do it for TV and stuff first, haven't they? But that is class. Man United versus Newcastle United in the final. 2 Uniteds. It's like being in the 90s all over again. Unbelievable stuff. Absolutely unbelievable. I've got people messaging now already. Can you get us a ticket for Wembley if we get there? Fucking on, mate. It'll be hard enough getting me one. And I've got people asking me if I can sort them out for tickets to Wembley. Oh, man. Yeah, we haven't got confirmation yet of when the dates were. I think it is the week after next is the first leg. So it'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's get the proper dates up now. It'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday the 24th or Wednesday the 25th will be the first leg, and then it'll be 31st of Jan or the 1st of Feb for the second leg. Wow. Well, like I say, we had a nightmare there. You couldn't rate it. You couldn't rate Sky go crashing on the way on the balls were coming out when Jungle Jill was meant to be making the draw. I changed the channel, it popped up, Southampton Newcastle. Boom, draw done. Forest v Man United, done. Unreal though. I will take that all day long. Absolutely buzzing about Newcastle have actually got such a massive chance now of getting to a final. I can't believe it actually. It doesn't even feel real. Like how massive of an opportunity this is to get to a final. Absolutely massive. You can't even underestimate. Like, beat Southampton. Remember, it is home and away. Remember, they have just knocked out Manchester City, but beat Southampton home and away. Remember, we beat them 4-1 there at St Mary's already this season. Yes, they've got a new manager, but they are fighting relegation. They've got a lot bigger things to focus on. But you can't discredit them because of what they've done tonight. You know, we would have got City. We would have got Man City. So all them fears of getting Man City would have came to fruition. But let's put the specs on and see what you are saying on the chat. Very good point by Matt Smith. All part of the master plan from Eddie Howe was to get knocked out of the FA Cup. So we had a nice little break during both legs because the weekend of the 28th is FA Cup 4th round. We don't have that. Also, we don't have the problem of a replay in the FA Cup on the 17th. So really did actually work out all right getting knocked out of the FA Cup. The Wednesday rant doesn't matter anymore because we're through the semis and we've got a massive chance. Massive chance. We're Southampton versus Man U in the final. Jeez, Adif. Fucking hope not. Chance for Ten Hag to get some silverware. Well, it is, but it's a chance for Eddie Howe to get silverware. So we'll take that. Outright odds. Man United favourites there, as you'd expect, then Newcastle. United versus United final. I definitely hope Newcastle United are in that. Tell you what though, we're just again we're doing this thing that we've made the mistake of last night. Assumptions. We're assuming that it could be a Southampton Forest final. It could be a Newcastle Forest final. You know what I mean? Like, we're assuming that just because Newcastle United and Manchester United have the better teams, that they're going to get through. It's just not the case. You never know. It's been proven tonight. You never know. But obviously, that looks like the likely final to United's. Yep, second leg at home. So how perfect is that? How perfect is that? The second leg at home. You watch Nathan Jones here. His reaction to getting drawn against Newcastle. Oh, he was quite pleased with it. He gave a little. He's like shrugging his shoulders. I can't hear exactly what he said, but he's giving a little shoulder shrug. He'll be probably thinking as well, though. You know, we've avoided Man United, so he'll be taking that as well. Manchester United all the way. Just keep turning. James is confident of another 4-1. That's the way it's looking. 23rd, first leg, second leg, the 30th. I think we have to wait for TV to confirm that. But it will be on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. Having that second leg at home, though, is massive. Like, absolutely massive having that second leg at home. To come back. Because you know what it is, if the first leg's at St. James's Park, Southampton come and make life difficult, we only win 1-0 or it's a 1-1 or whatever, and then you go to St. Mary's and they play like that, then... But if we can go to Southampton, nick the win, not just like, no, we have battered them there this season, but it's going to be a different story this time around. If you can go there, get that win, even like a 1-0, 2-0, go to St James's Park. St James's Park in that second leg, the atmosphere will be electric. We saw what it was like last night for a quarter final. Just imagine what the first semi-final there since 2004. That's the last time I remember semi-final. I remember being there in Marseille in the UEFA Cup, which is obviously now the Europa League. Place is going to be bouncing. Cheers to that, Ross. Appreciate that, mate. I've got to make sure I get a ticket for Southampton, but also for Wembley. Definitely for Wembley. Let's see what else he's saying. No trophy for 54 years. Peter Griffin in the house, and his man's going to Wembley. Oh, what a chance, man. What a chance. Perfect draw. A lot of people saying perfect draw. Written in the stars, Dan Burn to be dancing around Wembley with the cup. I mean, what an image that'll be. What a sight that'll be, just Dan Burn. Dan Burn on an open top bus parade in Newcastle. You know what I mean? Dancing away as the streets line up. Oh, man, it's scary to think what Newcastle would actually be like. It's really scary to think what Newcastle will be like if we manage to bring a trophy back here. Be fucking mental. Just going back up to your reactions. Mustafa, we got Forest. How are you feeling about that one, then, Mustafa? Can Dean Henderson play? Is he still on loan or did he sign permanently? Because without Henderson, who's their second keeper? Henderson was the hero tonight. Nice little fact there from Mark Gonzalez. Who's the real United then? Do you know what I mean? Now, this is an interesting one. And this is what you know what I mean? How mad is this? So, all you wrestling fans out there, Joey Rick including, Joey Ric Flair, he'll be hoping that you'll be seeing Ric Flair, not anymore, so 90 or something. The Rock, whoever else is wrestling these days, could be coming to St James's Park. Imagine that. WrestleMania in the tune. Mad. Newcastle are going to win a Carabao Cup, and WrestleMania is going to be in Newcastle. So, place to be. Place to be now. PAF buying WWE. Crazy shit. Remember when Vince McMahon was rumored to be buying Newcastle them years ago? Cheers that, mate. You know it, Bishop Auckland. Right. Let's see what he's at. Tell you what, people talk about St. Mary's as well. St. Mary's never sells out, says Joe. Imagine that. If tell you what, we'll just take over it because we could, you know what I mean, we could fill out St. Mary's 10 times over. So you know what I mean. If Southampton are struggling to get tickets, we'll be dotted about the place. That could be carnage. Actually, if Southampton actually don't sell tickets, they might the night after, getting through. I'm buzzing for that actually because obviously know loads of people down there after being at uni down there. It should be class crack. But St. Mary's, man. If we don't, just going to be black and white dotted about with the red and white all over St. Mary's in and amongst it. Confirmation everyone is saying about the no away goals. Away goals don't apply in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Don't think they even apply in the Champions League anymore, do they? Well, I said it'd be Southampton, and it is Southampton. Just off of the cup for a minute, who we buying? Rentatron. I've never heard of that one before. Rentatron. That's a new one. It's gone quiet, hasn't it? Gone quiet, but we've got cups to focus on. Do you know what I mean? We've got cups to focus on. So I'll take that off because they're asking what the draw is. There's the draw there in order as well. So Newcastle's first leg is at St. Mary's. Forest is the first leg, and then they go to Old Trafford for the second leg. I'll leave that on the screen for a few minutes in case people are just tuning in now. And I'll just read out the comments. Well, he's asking who we're going to sign. I mean, I think we'll sign that fresh Nader. I think the young right back will come in. I think we're still trying for the likes of Tielemans, the likes of a midfielder, maybe Varela from Boca Juniors, but it went quiet. I don't think it'll pick up until the last week, really, because of the cup competitions and stuff, and waiting to see about the injuries. Like Eddie Howe's pointed to the fact it depends on fitness and injuries and games that will play, who and if we're signing anyone. So we'll wait and see. I still think we'll sign 2 players, maybe 3. Deep house. Make that into a deep house tune. You just keep the remixes going. Do you know what I mean? Keep it going. Oh, I'm doing it again. I said I wasn't going to pop it. Look to see Joel and get the winner. Imagine the bus parade scenes in Newcastle if we win. Oh, it would be unreal. Like, how do you feel about playing Southampton? Very confident. Not gonna be disrespectful, because you can't be after that. Like, you can't be after they've just beat out Man City. You can't be. But I am very confident. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, don't discredit them. They've knocked out City tonight. But we've got to be taking this opportunity. When are you going to get a better opportunity than this to win a cup? You get to these knockout stages, there's normally at least 2 of the big 6 in there. You've got Man United in there. Not even asked about Man United anymore. Do you know what I mean? We're above Man United. Just still above them, though. Fuck them. Fuck Ten Hag. But you know what I mean? This is the chance. Beat Southampton and get to a final. If you can't get up for that and you can't get the job done, going to be very worried. But I am confident of going to Southampton winning. I think the way we play, the form we're on, they've got relegation worries. Play a strong side. Newcastle should win. Newcastle should get the job done. Even if we draw at St Mary's, don't think it'll matter. The first leg, go there, 0-0, sound. Beat them at St James's. Second leg, smash them. So, yeah, feeling confident about playing Southampton. I'll just keep that on the screen. Big up Cop TV, AJT in the house. Yeah, bosh. Tell you what, I'm glad. They were the winners last year. Liverpool, they won't be returning this trophy this year. City won't be bringing it back. It's time for a new boy. It's time for the new kid on the block. Yeah? Newcastle. Bring that trophy back to Newcastle. Unreal. That's what we like to see. Base. Hope you're good, mate. You've got to be rooting for us, surely, AGT, for Newcastle to bring it home instead of fucking Man United, Forest, or Southampton. London isn't ready for the Geordie mob, says Zimmer Zim. I like it. Zimmer. What's some Man U in the final? You get 200 grand for winning the Carabao Cup and lifetime supply of energy drink. So wouldn't recommend it though. Not good. Not good, all that caffeine. You know what I mean? 90th minute winner, down in at the back post to send the trophy at the tune. Fairy tale sentence. Would absolutely love that. Oh, there he is further up. AJT should go on to win this now, Kid. We really should. We really should. Considering Man United are in European competitions as well. They're fighting for top 4 as well. It's just all down to us, man. This is a massive chance. It's such an opportunity, this, like. Lewis says he's got his hotel booked for Wembley. So have I, mate. Booked mine 2 weeks ago before the when the Leicester quarter-final draw came out. Booked my hotel for Wembley then as well. So buzzing. And now I need to book my Southampton one. As soon as I come off the stream, I am booking my Southampton one. Let's go and check your comments before we're signing out. Would love James Ward-Prowse at us. Just buy him just so he can't play in the semi. No, job done. You know what I mean? Take the best player away from him. Chris Wood style. Relegate Burnley. Knock Southampton out of the cup by buying Ward-Prowse. We've got fuck all left. Just buy Janetbo. Sell him on February 1st. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Hennessy is Forest's second keeper. Hennessy. Oh, Wayne Hennessy. Yeah, Man United are going to the final, like. Man United will be in the final. Hopefully see it, Southampton, mate. Richard, oh, mate. You should do. I will definitely be going there, like. Heading off to St Mary's now to start queuing, says James. Mate, you may as well make your way down there now. It takes that fucking bastard long to get there. You just might make the first half if you set off now against Southampton. You got 2 weeks. Second leg at home, class. Age from blind. First is 23rd, set it on my TV. Second match 1 week later. Oh man. Unreal, this, like. Who's that moron, Al, who scored for West Ham? I think it said it was his first goal. They just signed him in January then, I'm guessing. Never heard him before. Probably going to score against us now, I've just said that. There'll be some Southampton Dagin who cuts this up. Game is going to be played 2 weeks today or yesterday. So it's going to be not next week, the week after, Tuesday or Wednesday. And then the second leg will be the following Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's like the 23rd and the 30th. 23rd and the 30th, I think it is. Never ever be dampened. Score prediction at both grounds. Rich is asking. I'm going to go 2-0 at St Mary's. Confident one. Well, would it? Yeah. 2-0 at St Mary's. And then I'm going to go 3-1 at St James's. Yeah. Happy with that. 5-1 on aggregate. He's went big. 5-1 on aggregate. Honestly, man, I don't care if it's the 2 worst games of football I've ever seen in my life. Just get me through the final. Just give me a day out at Wembley. Give it to us. That's all I'm asking for. And then win the cup is the second thing I'm asking for. Got to watch out for Chadams. Got to watch out for Adam Armstrong. Geordie boy. Good question by Carl. How many tickets? The worst thing about these things, isn't it, is the amount that get allocated towards all the businesses, all the companies, all the franchises, all this shit. Carabao Cup will be dishing out. Unless they want to dish something to me, I won't be complaining. Hospitality thing. Actually, no, I forgot. I want to be in amongst the fans. But they dish them out all these sponsors, don't they? Dish them out all the prawn sandwich brigade. So, how many will be allocated for Wembley? 90,000. It should be split, really, shouldn't it? Literally, that should be it. But by the time you take into account sponsors and family and friends, the players, the clubs, and all that, I don't know. To be honest, what are you looking at? Probably 30,000, maybe 30,000, maybe. I have to Google it. See what people are in the chat and are free and go Google it. Have a look to see what the crack was last year, and probably be about the same. But it's going to be insane, though, isn't it? I mean, just imagine the train journeys down to Wembley for this final. Imagine how much the Newcastle fans are going to take over Wembley for the full weekend. It's on a Sunday, isn't it? I think it's the 26th of February or something like that. Will absolutely take over the place. And even if there's 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 90,000, the full capacity of Wembley was given to Newcastle, would still be taking another 100,000. There'll be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Newcastle fans deploying like the army in the capital. Do you know what I mean? We'll be taking over the place. We'll be absolutely taking over the place. It is going to be mental. But again, got to beat Southampton first. Got to put respect on Southampton. They've knocked out Man City tonight. Got to get past them first. Rentysaurus. Never heard of that one before either. No, I don't like that one because I used to call Steve Bruceosaurus, because he was a dinosaur. I'm not a dinosaur. Still young-ish. The club have got to announce it by the end of the week. I would have thought they'll probably announce it Friday morning. It's got to go. It's got to be next week, hasn't it? It's got to be the start of the week, surely. It's got to be the start of the week, because if it's not Friday that they go on sale, it's got to be Monday or Tuesday next week. Got to be. Never ever be. Oh, good shout by 10 James. Southampton do have an FA Cup match against Blackpool. Now, obviously, they can ring the changes for that. Like, they're playing Blackpool, and they can make many changes, can't they? And you'll be resting a lot of players for the FA Cup. So he's got a stronger side in a semi-final, obviously, and it's Blackpool. Blackpool did cause an upset, though. I don't think they'll be bothered, though, with a relegation battle in a semi-final. they'll probably change the entire 11. Southampton, to be honest with you. Shout out Joshua Irvin for the super chat. Henderson can't play. Yeah, so that'll be Wayne Hennessy playing for Forest. I can't see Forest getting because they've got the relegation battle. Man United will be dead up for it. I think Forest might beat them at their place 1-0 or something, but it'll go to Old Trafford. Man United will find a way at Old Trafford. They'll get through. Maybe even if it's pens or something, if they need that, which they probably won't. I just think I can't see them getting through as much as I hope they would, because like Jonathan says, Toon v Forest in the final, that would be class. And that's two huge clubs, huge histories, two sleeping giants. Forest as well, they were winning European titles and stuff in the 80s. They've won it a couple of times, I think, the League Cup. So, Newcastle have never won the League Cup. We've got the final once in 76 and lost. We've never won the League Cup. But yeah, Toon v Forest in the final would be class. I'm going to have another quick look at the rest of your comments, and then we'll get away. This person who's not got an English count says, "Are you English?" No, I'm not. I'm Geordie. So take that. Take that. Chelsea got 30. Good. Well done, Andy. Good research, mate. Chelsea, I was close to them, wasn't I? 30,000, I said. Chelsea got 33,000 for the final last season. Allocation. So Newcastle should be looking at around 30 to 35,000, which is nowhere near enough. I mean, that's going to be fucking impossible to get a ticket for Wembley. Like, if anyone can sort us out, DM us. Messages on Instagram, Twitter, wherever, Mighty TMC, or the Magpie channel. I've got to be there. I cannot miss Wembley. I can't not be at a final. But that's a good shout. If you can't get there, I'm sure there'll be loads of stuff going on. Box Park will be open. AJT might be hosting it. Box Park will be open. There'll be fan zones everywhere. I think St. James Park ain't even open. Do you know what I mean? Back in the day, for big Champions League games, St. James Park had a screen. The old arena had a screen. So whatever that's called now, is that still called Met Arena? Utility Arena, some fucking arena. They had big screens on, so there'll be scenes, like there'll be mad scenes. But I need to be there, even if I'm just in Wembley, in and amongst it, around there somewhere. I got to be there. Tiny item coming in with all the facts here. I like this. Just so that if Man United make the final, it will be weekend after their Europa League match. Oh, I forgot Man United got Barcelona as well in the Europa League, didn't they? Man United got Barcelona. Big chance happening, innit? Be the weekend after they've played Barcelona. Wow. See, with that sandwiched in there, that does make it interesting for us. Who's your favourite NUC player? Ooh, currently, I'm going to have to go Bruno. Kushti Sarni's. I like it. I'd like to see us v Forest in the final. Blackpool. It was Forest that Blackpool beat 4-1. And Forest and Blackpool have got Southampton next in the FA Cup. Diggs were booked 5 o'clock a day for the final. I like it. My prediction, final 2-1 win against mine. So I said, to be fair, I gave me Southampton semi-final prediction. I said we'll beat them 2-0 at their place and 3-1 at St. James's. Optimistic, I know. 5-1 on aggregate. And then I'm going to go in the final. Right, that's where we get serious now. I have to think about it. Final at Wembley. I'm going to say Man United beat Forest over 2 legs, especially at Old Trafford to get the job done. So it's Newcastle v Man United in the final at Wembley. I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle. Yes. Base. I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle. I think I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle. It'd be that. Or 1-0 Newcastle. Probably known us, actually. It'll go all the way to the end. It'll be bloody penalty shootout. Then Nick Pope wins it. You know what I mean? Easy as that. Trains will be on strike. No doubt about it. That trains will be on strike. Like, you know what? Fucking, you waste of time booking your train. I may as well book a fucking God knows. Rent a car now, get an Enterprise, rent a van, take a few down in the van. May as well do that now. That's a fantastic question by MD. Does this NUFC team have a better chance in a final against Man United than the NUFC team that last played in a final at Wembley with Shearer, etc.? Oh, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes because even though that team was obviously entertaining, had a lot going forward, I think we would be better suited in a final now. I think Eddie would be more strategical, tactical, and would handle it better. And I don't think Man United would handle it as well. I think when Sir Alex Ferguson knew how to win, knew how to just get that final over the line, get the trophy, knew how to do it, picked certain players in certain moments. Yeah, I think this team has got a better chance. Even though you look back then and that team was unreal and Shearer and everything, but I think yeah. 1-1 and 1-0 tunes is a Kuna for the semi-finals. No away goals don't count, so it would be pens in the semis. Right, last few look through the comments and a bit of crack. Oh, what a shout that is. Private playing party. Get the playing party on the gun. Get the fan. Actually, it's dangerous. It's dangerous in the air, that turbulence. Too many of them crammed in. Ryanair could make a killing, but I tell you what, Saudi, bring that nice big jet back over. Saudi, get the Newcastle fans on it for Wembley, straight to London. Yeah, Rishi Sunak wouldn't be happy with that, would he? Does it yourself. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Them short flights. But I tell you what, get a load of get Richard Branson back. Get the Virgin trains on the go. Do something, right? Elon Musk, load of Teslas for the Toon Army Teslas. Tesla Army. Get it done any way possible to get to London, to get to the final at Wembley. Oh, yeah. Oh. Unreal. Wembley would have seen nothing like it. Wembley would have seen nothing like it. See a black and white, war flags there. Would have seen nothing like it. But what would, like I said earlier, but people are just tuning in now mentioning it. As I mentioned earlier, we kind of just think that we're already at Wembley. Obviously, we're talking about it a lot. We're going to, you know what I mean? We're that close to it. We don't know what it's like to be this close. But we can't overlook it. I know I'm sure Eddie Howe and the boys won't. We're not that type of team. But as long as we play the full strength team, not the Wednesday special. No Chris Wood at Wembley, please. But Southampton have knocked. Let's just remember, Southampton have knocked out Manchester City United. They do deserve respect. They do deserve the credit. The job isn't done. We can't think that we're at Wembley already, and we've got to go to St Mary's, show them respect, and get the job done. Because it isn't going to be an easy one. It isn't going to be an easy one. Kind of get the damn veins out of my head. It's been like this all day now. It's been like this all day. Beating at Wembley twice, the NFL need to go for the Toon. Well, it'll be the first time Newcastle have ever played at Wembley, the new Wembley, apart from obviously when it was Spurs' temporary home in the Premier League. But that doesn't count, does it really? So it'll be the first time we'll be at Wembley. And yeah, he's been there for the NFL. I've been for a couple of England games. Oh, mate, that's a shout. Rentorino. I'm going to do that one. That sounds like an Italian player on Pro Evo. Rentorino, a Brazilian. Rentorino. Either or. Oh, man, TMC Cup winners match. It's a great idea. I think I'll hold you to that, mate. I think I'll hold you to that. Great shout. Reckon any new players in this window? I reckon we'll still be. I reckon we'll still be signing in this window. I think one or two players will come in this window still. Right. I think that's going to be enough. I'll give you a chance to put a couple more comments in before we wrap things up. I'm getting loads of messages. My phone's going absolutely mental, because of obviously The lot that I know in Southampton when I was at uni there. Um, Anyway, forget about use. Do you think this could be our year? Yes, I really do. I really, really do. I never thought it would come this quick. I never ever thought it would come this quick. It's mental, man. This time last year in the bottom three, and now we're in the top four in the semi-final with a massive chance. With a look on our side as well. All these years, I remember all these tough, shitty cup draws, and now we're actually getting a bit of fortune. You know, we've had home draws this year in the League Cup. Apart from we started against Tranmere, you know, we've had Bournemouth, Palace, and Leicester all at home. 3 home ties in a row. That's massive. That can't be underestimated. That can't be overlooked about, you know, luck being on our side. Let's have a look at Southampton's next 6 fixtures. Yeah, Everton away this weekend. Villa at home on the 21st, and then the 24th or the 25th of January is going to be the first leg against us. Just going to take a little picture of that one. Thank you. So the 24th and 25th is Newcastle at home. Good job I took a picture because they've took it off now. And then they play Blackpool in the Cup. So in between, like Tanya Aiton said before, you know, they've got the home tie and they've got the FA Cup game, and then they've got an away in Newcastle, and then they're away at Brentford in the league a few days later. So Southampton have got to be thinking Everton and Villa, especially Everton. That's a massive game this weekend for Southampton, actually, and they'll be full of confidence now for the relegation battle against fellow strugglers Everton. So yeah, some big games coming up for Southampton. But yeah, I do believe that we can win it this year. I really do. Do you know if yellow card suspensions in the league mean they could miss the semi? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, sad Newcastle fans, or we or Sunderland support a decent team. Is anybody else going to tell them, or do you want me to? Well, give it a minute. Give it a minute. Get rid of me a few long stuff. This is our time. Big up, Aaron. We aren't yet to stay. We can't take over. Conor McGregor sentence. Yes. What else we're seeing? Fancy Newcastle Manchester final payback time. Another strike. I say is Christian. I wouldn't mind one. If we can get rid of Wood, I wouldn't mind one. But if Isaac can stay fit, Wilson, pointless even saying that in a sentence, but if he can stay all fit to come in when Isaac's there, and it's all right. Probably not in January. I couldn't imagine we're signing another striker. All right, tell you, Mars, we're going to Wembley. Tell you, you're not going to be there for your tea. It's happening. Ryanair, Delboy, Trotter, 3-wheelers. I can't do it in a 3-wheeler. I will go down in a 3-wheeler. I wouldn't be surprised if people do that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if people do that. And obviously, you could do it for take a picture now. To do it for charity, something like that. You know what I mean? Walk down there. But yeah, people will find a way to get to Wembley. Trust me, Newcastle fans will find a way. They'll go any way possible. I mean, which is your favourite ground you've been to and why? Favourite ground I've been to? I'd have to ask Spurs' new stadium, you know. I think it's class. Now, I do like, obviously, an old school ground. But Spurs' stadium, unreal. I just think it's mint. And it was a class day when I was there. The first time round, not the last time. We got beat. I wasn't there this season, and we got hammered last year. But Joe Linton, 1-0 in the sunshine. That was mint. Right, I think I'm going to sign off now. But I'd like to see everyone replying to the Macklin first, actually, before we sign out. Oh, this just remained everyone that Demon Raider. Sad Newcastle fans, we are Sunderland support a decent team. I mean, none of that sentence makes sense because we're not sad. Very happy at the minute. We're in a semi-final, unlike you lot. We're also in the Premier League, unlike you lot. We're also in the top 4 of the Premier League, unlike you lot. So we're not sad. Smiles all around you in Newcastle at the minute. And again, Sunderland aren't a decent team. You're a championship team. So we are a decent team, though. Top 4 in the Premier League, decent. You know what I'm saying? Who's Sunderland? He's done. Sunderland. We don't engage those people. Wouldn't be surprised if we lose a draw against Lower. Alright, well, it took stoppage time goals against Shrewsbury for Sunderland. I don't know who they've got in the 4th round. It's not going to matter, though, is it? They're not going to go far. Get rid of the Mac and Muppet, Sunderland bum boys. Ma's cooking the shit. Oh, you poor ma. That's all that for Sunderland. Sunderland have beaten the new Wembley, to be fair to them. So, he's got something going there. Why was that, though? To lose in a playoff. Not once either. Didn't just happen there once, did it? Didn't they also lose a Johnson's Paint Trophy at Wembley? I think they won one eventually, but I'm sure they lost one as well. Oh, the tickets. I didn't even think about this, how mental the ticket prices will be as well. That'll be people selling them all, mate. No, it's not a normal price. I don't know what normal price is, to be fair. It's probably about 50 quid or something. Maybe upwards to 100, but obviously anything more than that is obviously ticket touts. People are selling them. People are selling them on. At extortionate rates, and be very careful because there will be lots and lots of scammers. Balloons, DPR lads. Balloons that people will be on the way to Wembley. Villa Park and Wolves away. No, I've been to Wolves. Good stuff. That's true, aye. Why is he... Now, there hasn't just been Newcastle fans in the chat tonight, so big up, a lot of the Man United fans, Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans. Why is a Sunderland fan here? Not just for the reason that it's obviously a Newcastle United channel, but because it's the Carabao Cup semi-final draw, which they're not in. Absolutely pointless you being here, mate. Do you know what I mean? I don't tune in, to the championship streams, do I? So, what's the point? Cat 1 is £100 for the League Cup last year, I believe. Also, Sunderland got Fulham in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Well, that'd be good, knock them out. Couldn't care about Sunderland, though. What I do care about is Newcastle United, and what I do care about is that semi-final. Southampton away for the first leg in just 2 weeks' time, and then the second leg will be back at St James's Park as Newcastle look to get to Wembley. Will it be Forest? Will it be Man United? I think it's got to be Man United, especially with Hennessy being in goal since they can't play Henderson. Man United fan, yeah, I hope to see you in the final. Cheers, Brian. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather see Forest, not going to lie to you, because I'd fancy with chances more. But in the same sentence, I still fancy with chances against Man United in the final. But we've got to get there first. Southampton, no mugs by the looks of it. They've knocked out City tonight. But we've got to do it. We have got what an opportunity. Huge opportunity. Got to be done. Got to make sure we make this opportunity count because it's not going to get much easier on this in the sense of, you're not playing a top 4, top 6 club in a semi. Southampton, a team in a relegation battle. This is huge. This is massive. We've got to get it done. Got to get it done. I think we will get it done. I think we will get to Wembley. Absolutely buzzing for it. Right then, people. That'll do for me. Pretty much 1 hour stream there for the Carabao Cup semi-final draw. Southampton versus Newcastle. Forest versus Man United. I think it'll be a Newcastle-Man United final. And I think Newcastle will win. Fingers crossed there. Big up Melvin there one last time from Paraguay for tuning in. Shout out Melvin. Thanks very much, mate. Everyone that's tuned in, thank you very much for watching this live stream, this live Carabao Cup draw. It's been a pleasure. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like this video, And I'll see you on the road to Wembley. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves, everyone. Good night. Yes, yes.